Zentangle art is made up of patterns. All art is actually repetitive patterns. With Zentangle, we break the technique down into easy-to-learn steps. The first pattern that we will learn is called Crescent Moon. And I'm going to go ahead and write it out here so that I have identified the name of the pattern going into this area. Crescent Moon. Crescent Moon is merely little half moons, as if it were a crescent moon. We space the moons so that they aren't too tight together, and we just keep laying down more moons. With Zentangle art, you don't need to push hard on the pen nib. The pen is designed to work better with a light touch. Now at this point, I have my crescent moons all laid down on that line of this segment. Now it would be very uncomfortable for me to turn my hand like that to do the crescent moons on this line. So instead of turning my wrist, I'm just going to turn my tile. And now I'm doing the exact same stroke in the exact same way that I did on the other line. And it doesn't matter if some are bigger, some are smaller. Zentangle is all about creating and not worrying. Again, this would be awkward and harder to do. Zentangle is easy. So we turn the tile again, and now I can do the exact same stroke as I did on the other lines. With Zentangle, we don't rush. We don't worry about precision, but we also are deliberate. That makes it so that we can concentrate a little bit on each stroke. There's no hurry, but that way we try to make each form as much like the other one as we can. Now that we have the outline of our crescent moon, we're going to come in and close it off. Just a simple line downward, turning my tile, not my wrist. This is very easy. These shapes are not hard, and yet you will see as we do more with the shapes, it will start to become an art form. Now I have made my first line of crescent moons, and here's where another very fun part begins. Now I'm going to color in my little moons. And as I color them in, I'm not pushing too hard. The ink is flowing nicely. And I'm being deliberate so that I'm trying to make sure I cover all of the paper in that particular crescent moon area. And this is very relaxing and very fun. If you go outside of the line, no worry. We do things like that in life. But in life, if something happens that we hadn't planned, we work around it. And that is true with Zentangle art. We say there are no mistakes in Zentangle art, and we don't use erasers. Let's say I had done, with this one I'm going to color it and I'm going to go outside of the line. Oh, I went outside of the line. That's okay. I'm going to turn my tile and I'm just going to incorporate that right into a little bit larger crescent moon. So I just worked with it. And there it is. No mistake. Just a little challenge. And life is full of challenges. And this is the part when you're coloring and you're being still in your mind, that this begins to take on a meditation feeling. You're actually using right brain areas to do this art, and it stimulates delta waves in the brain, which are associated with deep relaxation. If you come home from work and you're very stressed out, spending a few minutes doing some simple Zentangle art, you may find your entire mood changes and you let go of that stress and you just play. I'm going to turn my tile, just makes it easier for me this way. And I'm not in a hurry. I'm just trying to be complete and fill in each little moon. Some people say these look like ladybug bumps, and that would work too. I'm really taking my time to just enjoy the sensation of the ink flowing so nicely on my paper. I'm only concentrating on just controlling the nib, but not getting too stressed out. As I said, with Zentangle art, we don't believe in rushing things. We just want to enjoy the moment and really experience the deep satisfaction that comes when you create simple art. Some people like to use colored pencils to color in their Zentangles, or markers. All of those are fine to use. We're going to stick to the just black and white for now, but in future sessions, I'll show you the joy of color too. So now we have our first line of Crescent Moon, and I'm going to introduce another important stroke in Zentangle art, and this is called an aura. A-U-R-A. Aura. And aura really just means a mirroring of the stroke I already did. So here's my original Crescent Moon, and I am going to just draw the exact same shape around that first one. This represents the aura, or the mirror. And I'm going to continue to do that with my other Crescent Moon shapes. I turn the tile so that I don't hurt my wrist. Those auras are going to touch. It's okay. And we'll continue to do aura around each of our original Crescent Moons. This is a very simple stroke, but it really changes up the look of those Crescent Moons. Gives them a little more depth. Now I have done an aura, but I'm going to continue to add aura. So I'm going to put another one here. I'm starting to run out of space. And don't worry if your aura isn't exactly shaped as the original Crescent Moon. With Zentangle art, we don't worry. Now I'm coming to a place where I have already connected two auras. So to deal with that challenge, I'm just going to not connect it at all. We have done a second line of aura. Now I'm going to do another line of aura, but I'm not going to connect them at all with the originals. I'm just going to mirror the shape. So it just kind of floats around the original shape. Like so. You can continue to do aura to the point where you are happy with how much you have covered. I'm now going to color in my inner aura and we could actually color in other aura lines if we wish to do so. Some people tell me that now it looks a little bit like a spider web. Again, I'm not rushing. I'm just flowing.